Next, Mayor Gary Resnick was unable to make it, but has provided a great deal of support. At this time, I would like to invite Wilton Manors Vice Mayor Julie Carson to welcome everyone to the forum this evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining the City of Wilton Manors tonight to discuss issues that are important to the LGBT community, both here in our city, throughout Broward County, throughout the United States, and of course, everywhere in our world. I want to recognize my colleagues who are here with me this evening, Commissioner Ted Gladys, Commissioner Tom Green, and I don't see Commissioner Newton here. He'll probably show up a little bit later. Our city manager, Joseph Gallegos, is here. We couldn't make this happen without the likes of Michael Rayner. Yes. Normally, I'm a pretty energetic woman, but I'm just about exhausted from having to keep up with him. And thank heavens there are Michael Rayners in our world who keep us honest, keep us looking forward. I want to also thank city staff who have put a great deal of effort into making sure that this event is successful and we have the proper necessities here for everyone. I want to say one thing that our brother Nelson Mandela said, and playing on what Bishop said earlier, this is a long battle. Mandela says, I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way. But I have discovered that the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I have taken a moment here to rest, tonight, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance that I have come. But we can rest, or I can rest for only a moment. For with freedom come responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended. So we are here tonight continuing our journey, so fortunate to have the opportunity to have people who actually show up and care about what's important to us. On behalf of the City of Wilton Manors, we have a proclamation. Commissioner, if you'll come up with me, Commissioner Green, and we'll try and not put our backs to anyone. Gary Resnick, this is from the Office of the Mayor of the City of Wilton Manors, a proclamation. Whereas lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people have made and continue to make great and lasting contributions that continue to strengthen the fabric of American society. And second.
Whereas LGBT History Month was created in 1994 by Rodney Wilson, a high school history teacher. And
I don't have my glass.
On behalf of my friend Commissioner Green, and whereas encompassing a number of historically important days, October is set to remind both the LGBT and wider communities of the important LGBT role models who have played major roles in creating the social, legal, and political worlds we live in today. And
whereas October was chosen as LGBT History Month because it includes National Coming Out Day, which is observed annually on October 11th to celebrate coming out and to raise awareness of the LGBT community and the equal rights movement. And
whereas Broward County has its own proud and rich LGBT history, including Broward County being the first county in the state to pass and uphold the Human Rights Act banning discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender identity, and/or expression, and is home to a significant number of LGBT families and LGBT-owned businesses. And
whereas the City of Wilton Manors adopted a new policy of providing a tax equality benefit for employees with domestic partners. respective to the taxability of health insurance costs.
And whereas the City of Wilton Manors approved a procurement ordinance which requires certain contractors doing business in the city to provide benefits to domestic partners of their employees on the same basis that they provide benefits to the spouses of employees and/or the dependents of the spouses of employees. And whereas Broward County School District became the first in the country last year to officially recognize LGBT History Month at the request of Wilton Manors resident. Wonder who that would be. That is not in the proclamation. A step that was soon followed by other large school systems in the nation. Now therefore, Gary Resnick, Julie Carson, Vice Mayor, on behalf of the Mayor, Gary Resnick, City of Wilton Manors, Florida, do hereby proclaim October 2013 as LGBT History Month in the City of Wilton Manors, and we encourage everyone to honor and value the significant contributions of LGBT people.
Thank you so much. On behalf of all of the members of the state legislature, we would like to thank, first of all, the Vice Mayor and the City Commissioners and the staff, but especially the people who are here today, because we're seeing history in the making. And so we in the state legislature have the duty to pass your words and your good wisdom to the state, but it always starts with you. It always starts with you. The ideas come from the people. By the very fact that we have standing room only in this hall today is a testament to the hard work of those of you who have really spearheaded this. And again, I want to thank the Vice Mayor, the City Commissioners, and of course Michael Rayner for making this happen. We're going to have a little show here between Representative Thurston and I. So I'm going to pass this now on. We're going to keep our mics on. And Representative Thurston, what do you say?
Well, Ms. Vice Mayor, you mentioned all the city workers who helped to put this together, and I see a couple of law enforcement officers. Can you tell us who's here from the city, who's the staff who's worked so
We have
hard?
a number of city staff. If you all will please stand. City Manager Joseph Gallegos, Heidi Shaffron, one of our department directors, her partner and their daughter are here. Shoshana, she's ready to go. John Goodnight is here, up at the front. And I know that, am I missing somebody? And of course our police officers who we're so very proud of, Officer Biacco and Officer Walls. And I think that maybe, I'm sure there will be others who come in and out, but they always take care of us and take care of our community so well.
Well, thank you so very much. As legislators, when you call our office, you know, we could not get anything done without our staff. So as each of the members introduce themselves and say a little word, they're gonna make sure that they are Chip, come on up. We're gonna make sure that they say a little bit of an introduction for their staff as well. And as the leader, I have to acknowledge my senior legislative aide, Ella Phillips, who's present. Alan Lee, who's present. We have Representative Chevron Jones, who is in that class with David Richardson, our up-and-coming leaders. And since he's down at the end, we're going to just let him introduce himself and introduce his staff if they're present.
Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be here this evening. My name is Chevron Jones. I represent District 101, which is in the southernmost part of Broward County. I represent 6 cities. I do want to represent my staff who's here, my legislative aide, Devon Campbell, who is in the back, and my district aide, and my district assistant, Miss Alexis Mosley, who is also in the back. Thank you, Mr. Thurston.
Hi, good evening. I'm Katie Edwards. I represent House District 98, and that's parts of Davie, Plantation, and Sunrise. If you follow me on Facebook, you know I recently became engaged, not to a man or to a woman, but to the concept of equality, thanks to Equality Florida. recognize Michael Rayner for bringing us all here together. He works his tail off in Tallahassee, walking the halls, meeting us, texting us, every which way. So Michael, thank you for always keeping us in the loop.
So good evening, everybody. It's nice to look at the, I have a list in front of me of all the areas throughout the state that have adopted some sort of either a domestic partner registry or benefits for employees, and know that in my entire history in Florida, I grew up in Miami-Dade, lived in Broward, now I'm in West Palm Beach. Even the schools I went to are on here, so I've been doing some good things. I'm currently in Palm Beach County, West Palm Beach, and thank you for getting me out of Palm Beach County, Michael. I appreciate it. Looking forward to this evening's information. I'm sure you probably have a lot of questions, and I'm sure we have a lot of answers, but it's great we're gathering, and we need to probably do this a lot more throughout other areas of the state. So it's great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, and again, Pafford is our past policy chair, but he is the incoming Democratic leader for us in the House of Representatives. So all of your concerns and complaints should go to him.
What's your cell phone number?
It's out there already.
Okay, all right. Good evening. My name is Maria Sachs, and I'm here as your state senator largely because of your efforts. This area was hotly contested territory during the last election, and everyone knows that if it had not been for the collective work and labor and sweat that this community did to help me get elected to represent you, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'm here because of you. I will continue to represent you in the very best possible way that I can. I'd like to introduce a good friend who has been with me for many years, and sometimes he teaches me more than I can teach him, and that's Tom Cowles. I don't want to embarrass you, Tom, but Tom came up from Boca Raton. And also my staff, who is Matthew Damsky, who is here, going to be doing the timekeeping. He does take tips. Additional time, and I'm very pleased to recognize our County Commissioner, Chris LaMarca, who is here. It shows that, Chris, why don't you stand up, Commissioner? Thank you so much, and thank you for, and thank you, Perry. You know, this is sort of a Perry and Maria show here with Mike, and this is going to be the first of many that we're going to have. And we're bringing up, we're sort of the senior members. They're only in terms of years served, not in terms of years. But we are bringing up so many wonderful people. And to my right, I look forward to hearing your introduction as well.
Thank you, Senator. My name is David Richardson, and I have the privilege of representing District 113, and that's all of Miami Beach, downtown Miami, the Port of Miami, Little Havana, and North Bay Village. And I guess I have the distinction of being the first elected openly gay in the history of the state of Florida in terms of at the House or Senate level, and was joined in November with the election of Joe Saunders from the Orlando area. So we are the two openly gay state legislators currently. And I look forward to being here. I think we need to take this on the road and take it down to South Beach, you know. So look forward to chatting and talking to you all.
Thank you so much, and I want to say thank you, Representative Thurston, for allowing me to join you. I obviously no longer serve in the legislature. I was term limited out last November, but I did serve 12 years in the Florida legislature, 4 years in the House, and 8 years in the Senate, the last 2 as the Senate Democratic Minority Leader. And as was mentioned, I am looking at another elected position right now. But I just do want to say I'm really very happy to be here tonight. I must tell you, you are very proud when your children do something wonderful. And my daughter, I just listened to the proclamation that Julie read, and my daughter happens to be chair of this Broward School Board at the time last year when this was passed, when this officially became the first county in the country to have LGBT History Month, so I'm very, very proud of that. And I've in all my years in the legislature, it's been very important to me to work hard to see that all Floridians, they deserve to have equal rights. And that's been the kind of a hallmark, starting with gay adoption, which I championed for many years. Many of these people, the people in this room, Stratton, I see here tonight, worked hard, and it didn't happen legislatively, but it happened, and that's very important. And I just want to say, we do have a lot of work still to go, a lot of work to do. A lot of the things that, a lot of the issues, domestic partnership and the Competitive Workforce Act, there are things that are passed locally, as you can see on the list that's here. But we need to have statewide laws so that everybody is protected all throughout the state of Florida. And I know everyone here agrees with that, and I'm looking forward to hearing what everyone has to say here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And by the way, the senator is running for governor of the state of Florida. and I believe some of the bills that you're going to hear about, there's been some discussion with our candidates for governor about their support for some of that legislation. I know Pafford has filed it in the past, and I believe Linda Stewart, one of our representatives out of Orlando, is going to be carrying it.
I spoke with her today. She had called, and she has filed a bill now on the domestic partnership.
At this time, we are truly thankful for the city, the vice mayor and the commissioners who allow us to use your facility here. And I'm going to ask if Vice Mayor can come again and just recognize, everybody's important. We love you all. But there are some elected officials here who just want to just acknowledge that they've taken the time out to come because they, like us, are concerned about the issues, and therefore we want to have them opportunity just to acknowledge that they've come out to hear the discussion and hear your concerns, which is what we're here for as well.
Vice Mayor Barbara Sharif from Broward County. Broward County Commissioner Chip LaMarca. We have Judge John Hurley. The judge is a very, very important aspect of our justice system because he's the first judge that people often go to when they come through the justice system, and how critically important that is on so many different fronts. We also have Ron Gunsberger from Scott Israel's Office of the Sheriff. Ron was here just a moment ago. And I'm going to skip around just a second. Stratton Politzer with Equality Florida. Former Broward Mayor Ken Keachel. Former Fort Lauderdale Commissioner Tim Smith. Dolphin Democrats President Tim Ross. And Commissioner LaVoy Williams from the City of Lauderdale Lakes. Commissioner Alexander Louie from Hallandale Beach. Alex has been very influential in supporting many of the ordinances that we have here in Wilton Manors, and has worked with Equality Florida to make sure that his city is following the path of so many other cities who are moving towards equality. Let me know if I've missed other people.
If I could, I'd also like to recognize Tony Lima with the Save Date organization is here.
Thank you.
We have a couple of candidates who I know that, along with being the commissioner of Lauderdale Lakes, LaVoy Williams is running for my seat in House District 94. But I believe that there are a couple other people who are running for, Scott Herman is running for, which seat is that, Scott?
93.
District 93. Along also running for House District 94. Would you introduce yourself? I'm sorry.
Eric Alexander Fallow III.
All right, and that's House District 94 as well. Are there other candidates? I'm sorry, Judge.
Rhoda Sokoloff, running for Circuit Court Judge.
And, well, I was introduced as an elected, but I'm Alexander Levy, a Vice Mayor in Hallandale Beach, candidate for State House District 100. Board Everglades to Surfside.
Thank you all again so much. Let's get down to business.